button only go to you and not
Wait,
to all of
what?
us?
Hydrate button.
Technically it's me. Yeah,
Hydrate.
on Twitch
I
because I'm
want to double
a
check.
it's only to me because I'm a affiliate with Twitch now. I can do stuff like I don't even know what they're called, but they're like tiny bubbles or uh, viewer participation
I love how you just decided to name this episode
things.
just straight up Big Mama.
Yeah, she's Big Mama. Um, but yeah, the Twitch allows me to do viewer participation things, which I call dreams because library of dreams. And so with those, if you watch for long enough, you can actually click buttons like highlight my message or hydrate, which Ellie has a lot of fun doing.
Yes.
Yeah, I was present for the Hollow Knight thing.
Yeah. I tried doing one last night too, and spent 4 hours straight in the tournament, the third section. I had to weigh 14 of 17, didn't complete it. It made me so angry.
Uh,
I won't be eventually. I might be off camera though, cause. But anyways, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna do my lovely intro.
oh,
Hmm?
I
What?
think my connection to your video just glitched out because it just said stream is over, starting new build.
Hopefully it's not over. It seems to be
Ad
working for
break. Let me
me.
let me try. Maybe I'm just bad. Would not be the
Yeah,
first time.
it's very
Oh,
likely.
yeah, now I've got stuff. I think this is probably yeah, it's still working. Sorry, my bad.
Alright, cool. Just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to do my intro when no one could hear me but y'all. But okay. Hello and welcome, dear patrons, to the Tables of Tartarus, a chapter of Purgatory Corner. I am your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and today we shall be discovering the tale of shifting fates. Come on in, take a seat, and let your imagination run free. Today we have with us the usual Oliver, Eleonora, Rowena, and Shaky. Hi.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Uh, yes, the things. Hi.
Alright, so today you guys are inside of Big Mama's tent, or the mess tent specifically. Last episode you guys met Big Mom for the first time, which I will show you guys her picture.
I assume she's the big orc behind the on the other side of the fire pit.
Mm-hmm. And the table that's on the fire pit, we're just gonna call decoration for the rug itself, and then there's obviously dirt around. But let me show you her token icon. Can I show portrait? Yeah, here we go. That's Big Mama. There you are.
Oh my.
Mind you, again, she's 8'6". She is a massive titan of a woman. She does obviously not have the great axe, I think that is. Whatever that is, polearm. She instead has a ladle. Also next to y'all is Rocknar, who looks like this. There you are. That's Rocknar. He has this weird ass blade on his back at the moment.
Okay. Yep.
Yay.
There's a couple
Stress
other ones
noises and
around.
half-elf.
Jimmy right here is also with y'all. He's much nicer. He's about your guys' size too, about 5 foot or so. The other one's at towering above
It's
you.
actually pretty short for an adult man.
Yeah, he's a little bit short. But he's nice. There's also a bunch of half elves around all y'all. I don't know why this thing is
Wait,
giving me...
half elves?
Or sorry, half orcs.
Wait a second.
Oops.
I was gonna say,
Ignore
I thought you
me.
just said last time that those guys don't usually get the best of responses here.
So there's a couple of half orcs around y'all, these two specifically, and then there's a couple more dotted around the room, couple of humans as well. The only 2 orcs in the entire building are Big Mama and Ragnar, by the way. All the other ones are half orcs or humans, which there are only a couple of humans spotted around. Last you guys came in, Shaky, who I believe called himself... What'd you call yourself? I don't remember.
Dean Domino.
Dean Domino, thank you. Dean Domino came in, he sat down for some cards, or cards or dice?
I believe I said I sat down for some cards, but if we want to do dice, that works too. Guess it really all depends.
I just saw gambling and sat down next to it.
Fair enough. I mean, they both work. I'll be using the same system for both. It's just the flavor that you guys would want.
And there's different proficiencies for both game sets, but not that it matters.
So we'll
I don't
say
have
with
game
cards,
proficiency.
you guys sit down for some cards, probably a game of poker. The girls are currently sitting down in front of the fire, which has a very lovely pot of stew in it. Which Big Mama is sitting currently on the opposite side after having gotten folks. Good lord, that's a hard sentence. Their foods and stuff like that. She's just sitting across from all y'all, kind of staring at you. Do we want to do the Big Mama talk first, or do we want to do the gambling thing first?
Doesn't matter to me.
I'm frozen. So I don't
What's
know.
this big mama talk?
Well, she's currently staring across
on the other side of the
fire pit.
cooking pot from you.
Yeah,
Oh, goodness.
she's just kind of staring across the fire pit at you, which for most people, when you look across this, you would actually be blocked by the pot, but she's actually kind of, the way she's sitting, her head is over the pot, and so she's just kind of staring diagonally at both of you at the moment. By the way, Eleonora is currently huddled under a giant wool, kind of wool, coat that is currently being worn. Most likely...
I am buried.
Most likely it was Rocknar's, based on the size. Could also have been Big Mama's. They're roughly the same size, but most likely it was Rocknar's. But yeah, she's just kind of staring at the two of you, and that's kind of that situation. So either we'll be looking at you two talking with her, or we'll be looking at the boys playing cards for probably the first half or so.
Let's do the boys.
All right, cool. So,
Yeah.
boys. So you guys sit down for a friendly game of poker, I believe, or a equivalent. We're just gonna call this. I'm trying to think of a fun, fancy name for poker, like Dragon's Dice for dice games. This one will be
Half Orcs Blitz.
Hey,
No way.
there we go.
What's the
No,
name
just
of
call
the
it Orc
yeah.
Blitz. Orc
Orc
Splits.
Splits. Yeah.
Orc Splits. All right, let's do that. Orc Splits. So you obviously see Rocknar with a giant smile on his face. He looks like a very happy orc. He is a shockingly, disturbingly happy orc, and he is having the time of his life at the moment. Jimmy looks a little bit more steadfast, kind of a little bit more relaxed, leaning his seat a little bit. You two are sitting on boxes, more or less. Or, well, they look like boxes, but honestly, we can flavor them to be what the hell we want them to be. So, the way the game is going to be played, we're going to be calling this High Rollers. And so, obviously, High Rollers is high cards, essentially. So you guys are going to be rolling a D100. You're going to keep your roll hidden. So, you will do a... I believe a self-roll. Let me see if that can be shown...
We could private hit message it directly to you, I believe.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I believe somebody do a self roll for me real quick. I believe I can just reveal it to the chat, but I need to actually.
Remind me again how to private hit roll to you. I know there's a
So
function,
inside
but-
the oh, I can't unleash that. Can you, Chicky? So on the far bottom right, where your little table of dice is, there should be one that says public roll. And then if you click that, it's a drop-down menu to do private GM roll, blind GM roll, self-roll.
I do not see anything that mentions how public this roll is. Oh, sorry, I'm blind. I'm stupid.
You're good.
Okay, so just a quick test.
Whoa.
That's crap.
I forgot I zoomed in. Jesus.
Let's try that again.
Alright, cool. Okay, so I can reveal that. Cool. Okay. Cool. I cannot reveal Chicky's. Chicky, can you right-click your one and reveal it? Reveal it? Hey, you can. Okay, cool.
Yay.
So, what we're going to do... That was a self roll, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is if you click that drop-down menu and you go to self-roll, and then you click, and we'll just do a practice one for now. You click the D100 and just click roll. Yeah, pop out some dice. Cool. And then we'll do a bet, and we'll just, I don't know how much money y'all have, but we'll bet with you.
I mean, I've got 7 gold.
I mean, if you want, you can bet gold, you can bet silver, you can bet copper. Whatever your bet is, they'll match, essentially. And then you right-click it, and you just reveal whoever has the highest. Wow, I got 1. Okay. Whoever is the highest wins that round, basically. And so that's kind of how the numbers game will go.
How do you factor things like proficiency in or trying to cheat in?
If you wish to cheat, that would be a very fun bit. And essentially the way you're going to do it is you will essentially be trying to beat their passive perception, unless they assume that you're cheating, but no one is. So you would do sleight of hand and then try to beat their passive perception, which I think is generally starting at 10.
Passive perception is 10 plus your perception modifier.
Cool. And perception is generally wisdom?
Wisdom based.
Okay, cool. So that's mostly Ragnar and Jimmy. Perception. Or wisdom. Well, that's
Unless
fun.
they're proficient with perception.
Neither of them would be, no. Maybe Jimmy. Jimmy might be. But not Ragnar. Not Ragnar. Okay, so does that make sense to everyone?
I think you can add proficiency to your passive perception. I don't remember.
Yeah. So does that make sense to everyone?
I get what you're saying.
So yeah, if you want to cheat, you basically roll your sleight of hand. Probably do a private GM roll for that one, maybe. Actually, I'm not sure if you can do that with dice. I mean, you can do that with basic dice, but I don't think you can do it with it. Basically, you just roll your
right. But say I succeed. And I try to cheat. What do I do with the D100? That's what I was actually asking.
Oh, okay. So if you succeed with the thing, God, I'm trying to remember how I did it last time. Man, hold on. How did I not think of this?
What advantage that's going to give me is going to determine whether or not I actually do it.
Yeah. Because it should definitely be an advantage, but it shouldn't be something. I mean, if it wins every round, obviously. But let's go with it will give you. You can make the number whatever you want it to be, essentially. If you can successfully sleight of hand,
make it 100 then.
You could in theory make it 100, yeah.
So basically, I succeeded sleight of hand. I automatically win. Awesome. All right, let's go.
Fair warning: they can catch on if you win every round, every time. It's like a game of poker.
I feel like it should just be advantage. Roll the D100 again.
Actually, yeah, that's a little bit better, I think. Interesting. We'll go with advantage, see how that plays.
Because if two people both show 100s, we'll just be like, well, both of them were obviously cheating then.
Yeah. I mean, you could also do it to make yourself lose, but yeah. So we'll just go with advantage, and if you get 2 100s, that will just be hilarious. Alright,
boys, deal me in. So what are we playing? We're playing Orc Blitz, Circadian Hold'em, half Orc Blitz.
Jimmy smiles and he starts dealing out the cards, and he's throwing them onto the table with extreme precision, shockingly. And he's like, "We're playing some Orc Blitz. I'm assuming you've heard of it then."
I should warn you, I don't lose often.
Well, Ragnar here, he, does.
Well then,
Ragnar
Ragnar,
looks
it's a
at
pleasure to meet you. I look forward to taking all your gold. What's the ante?
Ragnar holds out his hand to you. The ante's going to be 5 copper to start. I don't want to make you lose too fast.
Fair enough. I will
Alright,
put
I'll
that
see
copper
you.
on
Deal
the
me
table.
in.
Alright. He puts his hand on his cards and holds them up to his face. One hand has all of them.
Hey. I just realized I don't think I did calculate starting gold. Okay.
I think you all should roughly have like 15 gold or something. You guys are welcome to up the ante. After you guys roll all of your dice, they'll basically go around, see if you guys want up it or not, and then if no one decides to up it, you just reveal. If that makes sense.
Starting low. Can't really. Hey, say. Yeah, I'm complaining. And I say as I play, it's a 5 copper on the table.
If you wish to start low, that is your choice. Or you could go up. Jimmy just kind of rubs his head a bit. You could go up. You could. I'll do
I'd rather see think I'd rather see what I'm dealing with before I do that, but I appreciate the offer out there.
Can I do this? I assume I can.
So, are we clear to a roll now, or?
Yep.
Alright.
I wonder if I can do this.
Not bad.
Nope, that did not work the way I wanted it to. Mm-hmm. Alright, maybe I can do this instead. Boom. Boom. Ah, that did. No. Okay. Yeah, we're going to ignore that roll. That was funky. Alright, we're just going to go regular. And so I'll go one between you guys and one after you guys. So the first one is always going to be Ragnar. Second one's always going to be Jimmy. Cool.
I'm going to put a couple more copper on the table.
Cool. How much in total?
Just 2 more.
Cool. So 7 is the
in
ante.
total.
Mm-hmm. Shaky.
Too rich for my blood. Take my 5. I'm gonna just fold my cards.
Ragnar is like, I bet 5 more. So 12 copper now. And Jimmy just kind of looks at his thing and
12 copper? Oh gosh.
yeah. Jimmy kind of looks at his thing and then he's like, I fold as well. And he puts down his cards.
Alright,
Ragnar
I will
smiles
match.
at you.
I will match him, I suppose, then. So that would bring me down to that much. Alright, I will match with... Crap, what was his name? Ragnar? I think he said his name was?
Ragnar, yeah.
Ragnar. That was close.
Let me see if I can make his name pop up. Identity, display name. Always for everyone. Okay.
Or Bruiser. Okay.
Ragnar. There we go. I think that's how I spelled his name. Is that how I spelled his name? Rocnar. Yep. Or R-O-K. Yeah, R-O-K. Cool. So Ragnar was the second one? Yes. So we'll reveal... I believe, Snow, you exited?
Yep.
Cool.
I just set my 5 copper down on the table and folded my cards.
Cool. So I'm going to delete the message of the people who fold. That way we know who's still in and who's not. That makes sense. Alright.
Just able to reveal.
That one? Yep. Alright. Reveal.
Oh gosh.
Is this the winning hand? Is.
I could just imagine he just holds up a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, it's very low. Dude just kind of puts his hand in his head. He's like, so, where do you folks come from? As the money gets passed over to Oliver.
I came from a small town a little bit south of... Crap, what was it called? Rito. It was called Silver Pass. Memory.
Oh.
It's a small merchant village down there. Used to be a common and pass-through point for them anyway.
Interesting. I think Big Mama once went there at some point. Oh, probably maybe a decade ago.
Indeed. I can't say I recall seeing her.
Big Mama raises her hand and she's just like, I haven't been there in about a decade or so, but I went over there last time. They weren't ready to friend. Okay, car, could you shut up? Sorry.
No one can hear the car, only you.
Are you sure? It's very loud.
I can't hear it. I can't hear it unless it's over the stream somehow. But
I'm amazed that y'all can't hear it. It's like, it floods my brain when it does that. It's like, it's so loud. I'm shocked my microphone can't hear it legitimately. But anyways, he's like, Big Mama's like, oh, I went out that last time. Folks weren't too nice. I still remember talking to the head chief person. I don't know what you folks call him back there in your town, but he was not the friendliest of sort. He gave me some rations that I needed at the time, and I quickly got out of there, so I ain't surprised you didn't see me.
And to be fair, I've also spent a lot more time than I'd like to have in my office anyway, so...
I heard there was medical folk back then, but well, I don't need much medical healing, as you can probably tell.
You definitely look like you can handle a few hits, to say the least.
Jimmy places down a single silver on the table. Let's up the ante a little, shall we?
I will probably match just as soon as I calculate how much I have right now. So that would have been 32 copper in total?
Yeah. Let's see. 24.
24?
Yeah, because it was
only no, the 2 5s on the side right. Hey, remember? The 2 5s for the guys that folded?
I put 5.
Oh, right, yeah, because they both placed it down. Yeah, so 34.
I still had it wrong, but I was close. Okay, so that would bring me up to... Okay, so he said the next ante is 1 silver, right?
Mm-hmm. He plays down. Ragnar just kind of reaches into his bag and pulls one out.
Tell you what, Gigantor. What do you say we make this interesting? And I'm going to set down a gold.
Oh! Oh! You are filling my blood with fire! He reaches in, grabs a gold, and places it down. A gold it is, sir.
I'm gonna roll before I make the decision on this. This sounds a bit much.
You don't get to decide. You gotta put in the ante before they deal the first set.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's what an ante is.
Yeah, you put in the ante and then you roll and then you can...
I think I'm gonna back. You know, that's a bit more than I'd like to deal with. You guys go on ahead.
Cool.
I say, sliding the chair back a little bit.
Jimmy also puts down his gold. So now this won't be Jimmy's. And
so Jimmy, where are you from?
Yeah, me? I'm just from around here. See, I got taken in by Big Mama about 15 years or so ago. I used to travel around the place a little whiles. I've been near the goblins for a lot of my life, but I also used to be part of the bigger fellow's place. Don't know if you know the name, but Bloodtooth.
Hard to believe you'd be slumming in this tent. No offense, Gigantor.
What was
With
offensive?
A resume like that?
Huh? He looks kind of confused to you. Jimmy's like, don't worry about him. I don't think you could offend him if you tried. His brain is... Well, he got hit a lot. Whoa!
Yeah. So those confidence is always nice to have for everyone.
Well, even so, far be it from me to try to piss off the big guy.
Yeah, Big Mama took me a while ago because I don't really like fighting in the wars, as you can imagine. I don't really like seeing my friends and family die on their knees. So I instead decided to join Big Mama. She takes care of us. Make sure we're all still breathing at the end of the day. He pulls out another silver and places on the table. A little bit more of an ante.
I'll put down another gold piece. So that's 2 gold pieces and a silver.
Oh, alright.
And I'm going to say, kind of funny, military runaway finding shelter and, well, with the military's subordinates, if you don't mind me saying. Something tells me that ain't the whole story.
He shrugs softly. Well, when you have a lot of folks like Bloodtooth's army, you don't generally get to leave easily. He has this whole thing where everything's a story, and everyone part of the story does their parts. I, on the other
Just
hand,
saying, a lot of folks don't admit to being deserters in front of strangers.
it's not really deserting when you have someone like Big Mama backing your claim. Bloodtooth don't really, he don't really stand in her way much.
Sounds like Big Mama's kind of a hot shot in the Orc army then. She able to keep you safe?
I fought in his army more often than I can count. I got tired of it a long time ago. He respects strength more than anything else, and when you beat him after death and he beats you to an inch of your life, mutual respect is born between the two.
Well then, let's see if you can measure up this talk in gold. I'm gonna put 2 more gold down.
God.
It's a total of 4 gold, 1 silver.
Ragnar's
Oh my
like,
gosh!
Ragnar's like, you are the spirits of a... He kind of blanks for a second. Jimmy's like, warrior, Ragnar, warrior, spirit of a warrior. Spirit of a warrior! As he just slaps down 2 more gold. Jimmy kind of raises his hands and he's like, that unfortunately is a bit high for my taste, so I will back out this. He folds down his cards, leaving his 2 gold and 10 silver on the field.
He was in 2 gold, 1 silver. I'm in 4 gold, 1 silver. Big guy, if you're still playing, it's
4 gold, 1 silver. Yep. So he's gonna remove his. Alright. Ragnar just kind of smiles at you.
Alright, you first, big guy. Show me what you got.
I have something decent, I think. God.
I'm afraid I'll be taking your money, big guy, but I appreciate the game.
He kind of looks at it and he's like, a fair battle of glory!
It was a very glorious fight you put up, big guy.
Jimmy kind of looks at it. He's like, wow. I don't think I've ever seen Ragnar get that close to winning.
Correct me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
it wasn't
that's
actually
10
half bad of a
gold, 4
hand.
silver?
Huh?
How much were you in before you Oh, you didn't go in, Ollie, did you?
He did not.
No, I just has left my 1 silver on the table and just like, hey, when you put down the gold, it's like, nope, I want to keep my gold. I want to keep my gold.
Yeah, so that's no silver from him. Yeah. It's like, so where are you from, stranger? Knowing our story. Ragnar here has been here ever since I came. I think he was born in this town.
From overseas.
Oh, I haven't heard of a fellow who's a sea traveler before.
Well, I ain't most fellers now, am I?
That is true. You are wearing an interesting outfit. Are you from, Rio Tao? Or are you from Helios?
I told you, I'm from neither. Overseas.
How long have you been traveling over here?
That's for me to know and you to obsess over.
God, I love shaking. He kind of raises his eyebrow and he's like, "Wow, let's play a tune for an ante, shall we?" You see Ragnar just kind of reach in, pull out another copper and places on the table, as Jimmy's like, "We'll play for information. If one of us wins, then another one of his choosing gets to tell him where he's from, specifically, and why he's here."
That's funny, I thought we already shared these stories. Afraid I ain't got nothing to tell you you don't already know.
Well, let's just say I never said why I was here, now did I? And you have not either. Information's a fun game to play, don't you think?
I think I know when the game's too dangerous. I think I'm ready to cash out.
Jimmy kind of nods and does the hand gesture of I don't know what it is. It's like the hand gesture of like, move your hand in front of you or something. I don't know. Anyways, he kind of nods to you and smiles. Oh, you're an interesting fellow indeed. I don't think I've seen someone play cards that well. Luck of Lady Luck is on your side, it seems.
Just learning by your example, deserter. And I'm gonna get up and head on over to a Big Mama and get a soup.
Big Mom nods and hands you a bowl.
How much do I owe you?
Due on the house, you already won a lot of money from my friend there.
Appreciate it, ma'am.
She nods to you. She looks over at Rowena and Ellie. You two are very interesting. Where do you two hail from?
Oh, a small forest far from here.
Oh.
Yeah, it was definitely a
I
long, treacherous stroll, but I made it.
You want to add something to that, Rowena?
I was just gonna say, I have come from Greytown.
Greytown's a fun village. Nice little farming community. Not too many folks that are troublesome there. Nor are there many that follow over here. I visited there maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I think. Why are you here?
Well, the war. Of course, it's inching closer. And I just don't want to be so close to it.
She raises her
And-
eyebrow.
And we just happened to wander our way to here, seeking shelter. As you can see, I almost froze to death.
Aye, your clothing is not, well, from here, shall we say. But you wanted to escape the war by going into the homelands of one of the participants? Interesting tactic.
It's away from where the actual battle really happens. We both know it happens more at the Trail of Bloody Tears than in the actual homelands.
She nods. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I left the area. Bloodtooth can
So-
be a rough fellow.
I just thought, might as well try one side, and then if I don't fit in too well, I'll head on over to the other. I don't know, maybe I'll just become a wanderer.
Find the lesser of two evils, but either way, we're sticking together. And hopefully, we both make it through. But I already half froze, so it's greatly appreciated you took us in.
She nods. I'm always happy to help whoever I can. You're, the coat you're wearing. You're welcome to have it. Rockdar don't need it very much. As you can see, he's very stubborn against the elements. He's currently laughing at something that Jimmy said.
Oh, thank you so much. I might have to edit it a little so I don't trip over it, but it's greatly appreciated.
She nods. And then she slowly starts to stand up and she just kind of walks around the cauldron, I guess that would be, with a bowl of soup and hands it to Rowena before holding out her hand. Officially meeting ya, I'm Big Mama. I don't think I caught your name.
Oh, thank you. She takes the bowl and shakes her hand. I am Rowena. You can call me Rowena.
Interesting name for a human. Roll. Would this be? I'm trying to determine if this would be perception or insight. Let's go with whichever one is higher for you.
Okay, perception or insight. Let's see. Oh, definitely perception. Oh no.
You can tell her hand kind of lingers on yours for a moment, and her eyes are definitely looking you over, but you're not entirely sure why or if that even means anything. She seems to do the same thing to Ellie and even to Ragnar at a couple of instances. But yeah, her eyes are definitely lingering on you a bit before she stands and kind of puts her hand on her hip. So where are you going from here, eh?
I haven't quite figured it out yet.
You traveled into a
As I
land of cold, of frigid wastes, of frosts, and those who are born to the giants of the land without plan?
I mean, basically, that's how I got here and met Rurina.
You folks sure you're okay?
We're as okay as any refugee from the war, I suppose, could be.
Hmm.
Do you have
Other than
any
a little
shoes
plastic.
I could buy for my friend?
We got a lot of wool and a lot of different materials set up here, and we have a folk who likes to give us clothing every now and again. He comes from the army up north, though, so we tend to
Well,
get them imported.
clothing would be appreciated. Just dress me up as a sheep at this point.
She gives a loud laugh to that. Oh, there's Shaky. Shaky's icon is just keeps blending into the fucking background. I keep
I mean,
losing
that's
him.
kind of the idea.
I love it. My eyes keep losing you. Oh, but she nods and she kind of walks over to this massive chest-looking like thing. And she's like, well, we get a lot of supplies and shipments in here every now and again, though most of it we don't use since we don't have too much of a large population. I always like to help out folks like I said I can. You two look like you're, well, more fit to be in Greytown than you look like you're fit to be over here. Inside of here you need at least some layer of protection. Your clothes look, real thin. Unless you
Well,
folks
I
have a
mean-
lot of muscle mass you're hiding from me. She gives you a very large tooth grin.
The
Well,
only
I
muscle
mean,
mass I have
I
is a
did
fry
say I
pan.
came from Greytown.
Nah, that you did. She starts digging through the area before pulling out a couple of you would call them pieces of an outfit, essentially. There's some boots, which are just entirely made out of, we just don't use cloth for the ease of the wording. Made of cloth. There's, like, shoulder pad bits. There's, like, a weird chest frame that isn't quite complete, and other bits and pieces. You assume that they're supposed to go on to half orcs or something like that, and most, especially in this area, don't seem to have full covering. And she kind of looks at you and she's just like, you can have these, 10 silver for both. She kind of walks back over to you and puts them on the ground. They're not the most protection, as you can probably tell from here. The strength is something we value, even in these wastes. And those who can brace themselves against the climate are those who are typically the strongest. That's a matter of show, shall we say, for some of the other orcs as well.
Just clarification. This isn't Rowena. She's saying these clothes are for me, or
For
that
the both of you,
they're
yeah.
for
10 silver for both.
for both of us. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think that's more than fair, and I'll just hand a gold piece over, just one.
She'll take it, and I think gold is, yeah, 10 silver? Yeah. Probably could have just said gold. Anyways, yeah, she hands it to you. It would absolutely fit over your clothes. Definitely not all of it, but yeah, definitely warm enough to keep you mostly happy in this frigid wastes.
Not a popsicle, hopefully.
Not popsicle, yeah. There's also, there's some boots in there specifically for you because she doesn't even know what kind of outfit you're wearing, honestly. I don't think
Fair
I've
enough.
seen those not sandals, she would not say sandals. I don't think I've seen those kind of footwear before. Where'd you get them?
I made them myself to
Oh,
move easier on rougher terrain because usually I go barefoot.
interesting. Well, good to see you here. I'm glad to help if I can.
Where is here exactly? What do you call this place?
This place ain't nothing big. Usually we just call this Mama's home. just because it's what I built. I built this place. She kind of looks down for a second. Ooh, 20 years ago, if I had to guess. Time don't fly too well here, but we can always tell when the twilight approaches. So about 20 years or so ago, I built this place, set up a lot of the camp, had a lot of people come over, invite them. Ragnar here is actually one of the first I actually brought over. So he's a nice fellow. He's a bit dull, but he's good in a fight. We carried this place so people would have some kind of protection from either the wolves, the wastes, or even Bloodtooth himself.
Does Bloodtooth come here often?
No, he avoids it. He sends some folks over every now and again. He tries to recruit me a lot. See, once upon a time when I was young like you folks, I used to be part of his army. I was a very large part of it, honestly. I think the name was Chieftain or something. Now I remember. I don't care about those game titles anymore. I killed more of the half-elves than I care to count. Watched more of my brothers and sisters die than I can even say. She kind of looks at you with a slightly curious look. And humans too. Yeah. A lot of them killed me. I killed a lot. Well, not me, but a lot of them killed my family. And I killed a lot of theirs.
I've gone to my 7th death and counting.
What?
A lot of them killed me.
He is out.
That
Snow
killed
is outta
me
here.
100 times.
Shaky's out of here.
Yeah. Kill a lot of humans too, and they kill a lot of my family. I don't kill them anymore though. I tend to take care of them if I can. See, one thing that war does to you, child, is it does one of two things. Either makes you a hardened son of a bitch, or it makes you someone who cares way too much for way too many. I prefer the second.
So, your opinion on the war is that it is bad?
It's a fruitless endeavor that is simply going to kill more and more people. Half-elves, humans, orcs, and half-orcs. Do you know how many have been slain in the last couple of years, child?
Too many.
I mean, that makes sense because no matter what, everyone's going to want to have revenge on who was there previously, so.
Well, maybe you humans and half-elves and elves think that way. Orcs, well, my kind think a little bit differently. She gives you a smile. You can see her tusks actually go over her upper lip as she smiles at you. Us orcs think often is the way. We think about glory and war and warfare. The one thing that we care about more than anything else. She holds up a piece of fruit. It's very similar to an apple before she crushes it in her hands. Is very simply how strong you are and the story that creates. Do you know why?
No, please enlighten me.
She sits down, and as she sits down, she's more or less up to your shoulder at this point with her head, as she smiles at you. Have you ever felt the rush of life, girl?
I wouldn't say I have, no. I mean, I've hunted, but I don't think I've ever actually been involved in a battle in war like you have.
She nods.
Same here.
When you get 2 seconds away from death, girl, when you are watching a dagger plunge towards you, as if it's about to pierce your heart, when you have an arrow flying towards you and you can see it in your eyes, when you can see the reflection of your sword through another man's eyes, that is the breath of life. That is the moment all orcs seek to achieve. To be filled with the knowledge that if they die, they will have found glory And if they have killed, their opponent has found glory. No orc wants to die alone in their bed in the cold. That is a sad, sad death. It's a death that orcs will rebel against. They will fight each other to avoid that kind of a death, to have one more moment of glory. Because that moment of glory allows them to know they have lived their life well, that they have succeeded, and that they are at peace. This war, for many of the orcs, for the last 100 generations of orcs, has been that way. You see her get a very kind of tired and almost sad look in her eyes as she just kind of sighs. I've had over 30 children. Over and over again, I've watched them grow. I'm about 40, 45 years old, I think. I'm nearing the end of my life. And I've had to watch all of them. Do you know where they are, child?
I could suppose that they would be dead then, if you're telling me to guess.
I assume you've seen the gravesite. If you walked from here, from Greytown to here.
Correct.
A lot of those are my children. A lot of those are Ragnar's friends. Some are Jimmy's. Some are Alistair's over there. She points to another human who's just kind of in the corner, looking kind of irritated. Those are our friends, our family, our children, our spouses, our parents even. There are many from inside of the capital, or what you would call the capital, I suppose. The main head chieftain's camp. Every year. Well, not every year. Feels like every year. Every time there's a war, and they clash, my town goes and collects the bodies of those we can find, those that seem to have some way of recognizing, and we bury them in that section. One day, I hope to end this war, or find someone who will. I don't want to see my children suffer.
How are you going to change the nature of what orcs want then? How are you going to make them not want to die in so-called glory? How are you supposed to change the elves?
I don't know. I'm almost dead, child. I don't care much. I care that I find someone who can. If I can change it, oh, fantastic. That's why I have my little group here. We don't care about fighting much. We don't care about those who wander into our territory, as long as they don't start a fight. It's the reason why Ragnar is the only one who has a blade. I care to find someone who wants to fight, wants to finish this battle, not make it last longer. I don't know anything about the elves, child. I know about the ones I've killed, and I've killed several full-blooded elves. All I know is the elves don't care about half-elves. Do you know why there's not a single elven body in the Trail of Bloody Tears, child?
Because they send the half-elves, of course.
Partly. They do send some elves. But they bury their elves. They don't bury the half-elves.
So
Well, maybe they were just, bad at their job.
So if, like, the half-elves were to come here after so long of realizing they weren't cared for, would you take them in? Since
Of
they
course I
also want
would.
war?
They don't want to start a fight. I'll take care of them like they're on my own damn blood. Child, I don't care what your race is. I don't care if you're human, if you're half human, if you're half orc, half elf, half rodent. I don't care. I care that you are able to stand up and able to make me a goddamn plate of goddamn soup That's all I care about.
Would
Well,
you
let
like
me
some
tell
soup?
you, she smiles at you, and you can feel a almost menacing, like a full-on air that almost physically pushes you down as she smiles at you. Someone starts a fight in my tavern, in my tent. I will rip their head off and eat it.
I don't doubt that.
But I haven't had to in like 10 years, so it's fine.
I mean, you gotta do what you
Oh,
gotta
okay,
do
so
as Big Mama, so it makes sense to protect and care for, so.
She shrugs. You two are curious little creatures, ain't you?
I mean,
maybe.
yeah, basically.
Well, you're welcome to stay here as long as you like. We ain't gonna hurt you, and it's unlikely that Bloodtooth is gonna be able to see you very often. Besides, you're a human like the rest of us. Don't matter too much. Well, rest of them. She gestures to half humans and humans around.
Well, that's
Do you know?
reassuring, thank you.
Hmm? What are you
I'll
saying?
let Ellie go first.
Mhm.
Well, that's definitely reassuring, thank you.
She nods and she's like, "Why thank me? I ain't gotten you nothing except for the stuff you paid for."
Do you know if
Hmm?
the war is going to start soon? Like, did I leave in time, or did I leave too early? Maybe I could have stayed a little longer, told a couple more people to get out.
She shrugs softly. "I don't rightly know, Chad. Now I'm getting to know a lot about them. If I had to assume, it's been..." She kind of looks up for a second. "Couple of years, I think now, since the last war. The orcs are getting antsy, last I checked. So probably it's gonna start sometime here soon. If I had to guess, couple months maybe. You probably have time to go back to your village and try to rowdy up whoever you can, move them out. Greytown's stubborn though. They don't like to move much. Took a long time to
Yep.
get here. Did you know?" She smiles at you, "considering you're from there and all. They're not from here."
Well, all of Greytown?
Nay, they all came here from overseas.
Oh,
Oh,
see
that's
now, I was actually born there, so.
Ah, a new one, eh?
Mm-hmm. What was that, Ellie?
Oh, I was just remembering something. Just thinking aloud.
Let's see, how obvious is she about this? On edge.
Oh no.
Yo, I will roll deception if I need to.
Oh, same.
Nah, she's just doing some cursory looks over at you. She probably believes you. 13. Yeah, well, from what you can tell, she's not very, I suppose the word is hidden about this, but she is definitely looking at both of you. Like, she's specifically looking at your arms, and specifically your exposed skin. She's paying a lot of attention to.
I mean, I don't have too much exposed skin, I guess.
Dies.
My face is still pretty much.
She's
too
mostly
close
looking
to
at
my
your
elbow.
elbows, and your
Me and my poor character that
neck.
didn't even know things are bad.
Yeah, Ellie though, she's looking at Ellie a lot. You can tell her attention is a little bit off of you and onto Ellie. Specifically under the coat, she's looking at. Again, she's not very. What's the word? It's not hidden. I swear there's a word for this.
I want to be
Discreet.
hidden.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the word. She's not very discreet about this. Although, I will have you roll another perception check real quick.
Okay. I will try.
You always sound so stressed when I say that. Don't worry. All right,
Don't
cool.
worry
It's not
about
me.
it, he says, as the DM, not the, like, meals.
It's fine, you know. You don't see anything else out of the ordinary around the area.
Okay.
Oliver, you're having a wonderful conversation with Jimmy about something.
I mean, I was actually planning to. I don't know. Gosh darn it.
You're
Can I
welcome to
recall-
say what you're doing there. You have full control over your character.
At this point, I'm probably just asking about. Yeah, that's probably. I guess. I think I'm just going to ask them if they know if there's like spare bottles or some other sort of containers around here that I'd be able to buy
That's
off
a
them or take with me
Good
somehow.
question, actually. Let me see.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Jimmy kind of smiles at you, and he looks to Big Mama, who nods to him. Roll me perception real quick.
All right. Here. I think that was a self roll. Let me change. Never mind. I can just make it public.
Yep.
Reveal to everyone.
Oh, nice.
And change that to public roll.
Oh, cool. You can make a self ability roll. Nice. But as you're kind of looking at him, you notice his eyes do glance to the girls for just a brief flicker of a moment before they move back to you. His usual smile never fading as he kind of nods and he's like, we have a couple of them. We tend to get some shipments for generally some kind of boozes. You'd be amazed what can happen during a fun night. But usually it's some kind of boozes or some of the vegetables and some of the plants and stuff around the area you can actually turn into pretty interesting liquids. Usually they're drinkable, some of them not so much. One of them actually turns into a liquid that can light things on fire. Yeah, don't
Oh,
That's
don't drink
unnerving.
that. Yeah, it's called the fireweed plant. You'll notice them very quickly because they will light your feet on fire.
Is there any sort of thing I should be looking for to assist in avoiding stepping on those?
They're very orange. And they actually do light up if you get close enough to them. And if you get any closer to that, they will start throwing. It's not really throwing fire. You know how you can make a spark with like two rocks? Same general concept. They can create sparks and then fling them at you at high speeds.
That's unnerving, actually.
Yeah.
But I guess I did kind of come across my own level of aggressive plants on the way here.
Is
So I guess it's not
surprisingly
as the strangest
effective
thing I've heard
at
of
taking
today.
out some types of animals, especially
Wager
bunnies.
Just mutter under my breath. I'd wager it's powerful against a lot of other things aside from just that as well.
Yeah, he reaches over and pulls out a couple. Probably they're very similar to like wine bottles almost. They're same general shape and sizes, but they're completely clear. And he puts them on the table. There you go. We have a couple of these laying around. We don't have much use for them. Usually we just kind of start stuffing some other types of plants into them and start making random liquids when we're bored. How we found out about the fire juice at one point. Not sure
Cool.
if you could actually make an alcohol of it. Be interesting if you could.
I'm certain someone will find a way sooner or later. Heard of people that have tried with poison before, with varying levels of success.
I hear the mountain dwarves have a fixation with this kind of alcoholic material. I haven't never seen one, so I only heard rumors.
Alright. Either way, though, I'm going to take the bottles and toss them him a couple silver for each. I'm
Cool.
putting 4 silver on the table for him.
Nice. He'll take them.
Thank you for that.
Shaky, when you left, did you do anything in particular, or are you just kind of hanging outside?
So am I correct in the assumption that these things would be probably ruled as at a couple extra empty vials, or should
Yeah,
I set
they're
them up as a
effectively
different
empty
thing?
vials.
Okay. So that brings you up to 6. Perfect.
Shaky, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
There you go. After you left, were you going anywhere in particular, or did you?
Just chilling by the campfire and keeping an eye out.
Nice, nice, cool.
Question.
Yes,
This is a metagame question, so if you don't want to answer, I get that.
not a problem.
Is the plant that I put in Ollie's pack, is that fire root?
It is not. No, that one was purple.
Oh, okay. Had to ask.
That would have been
That
fun.
would have been hilarious. But no, that one was purple.
Just remembering the shriekers from Pathfinder, which is just like a purple mushroom that just screams if it gets too close to light or if it gets too close to living matter. That's literally all it does.
That would be funny if it wouldn't work here, but that would be hilarious. You just reach into your pouch and it starts yelling at you.
Basically.
That would have been funny. But, yeah, no, she, say you get a couple of empty vials or the equivalent of it, and Big Mama kind of crosses her arms as she's looking at the two of you. So, you plan on heading back to Greytown, moving your folks, or are you going to stay here for a little while? It gets dangerous at night. Or, well, any time other than twilight here, honestly.
Well, personally, I was. I don't know. I was kind of giving up on Greytown. Maybe I should go back.
I mean,
Do-
I was just
I don't know.
following her here and there, so
And everywhere,
in my opinion, it'd
where a
probably
comic
be.
bear. Sorry, I had to do that.
In my opinion, should probably stay at least until it's safer, and we get things gathered up before we go, if we go, or whatever.
No, most definitely, yes. We should, if it's allowed, take a rest here.
Yeah, if that's okay with you, Big Mama.
She nods. It's always okay with me. Do be warned, some folks that come into town may not be the, nicest. Tend to have some troubles with newer folks.
Eh.
But don't
I mean
worry.
that.
Keep that in mind.
Speaking of, hold on just a momenti. Where is my map? Why does it not exist anymore? Hold on. Orc, Dark Forest. Boop. Bringing you
Oh,
back.
yep.
Oh, wrong forest. Hold on. Where's my map? Why is my map gone? Where did my map go? Is it this? Oh, it's
Which
this
map
one.
are
It's
we
the Winter
talking about?
Village. That's what it was. I think. Yes, there is. Sorry, my brain turned off for a second there. Why is this not assigned here? Weird. Anyways, as you are here, right there. That works perfectly, actually. You do see, roll me perception, actually, because it is kind of dark and you don't have night vision. Shaky.
On it. On it. Attributes. Perception.
Oh, pretty good, actually. He is not trying to be stealthy at all, because this is his town. You see a guy kind of walking up from one of the areas. I will show you his picture in just a second. If it will let me. There we go.
Oh my.
His sword is the size of him, by the way. Although he's actually kind of short. He's about 5'4", roughly.
Ha!
Question.
I'm taller than someone finally.
Yeah.
Question. Does the tent have an open front? Am I able to see those two sitting by the cauldron?
Yes.
I am going to just pick up a rock and throw it at the cauldron to hopefully make it make a bang.
Okay.
Oh no.
Roll me.
A small rock. I'm not trying to destroy it.
That's true. Let's see.
Just trying to make Ellie jump out of her skin.
It's an
That's still
interesting.
Oh no!
Let me. What's your dexterity at the moment? Probably high, isn't it? 16. Yeah, you're good enough to do that. So you take a small rock, probably about the size of a pebble or so, and you flick it real fucking hard. And it flies through the air. It's a good. I don't know how far this is. 20-ish feet away from you. So it's a decent throw. And you do manage to just kind of slam into the cauldron. It does make a loud sound. It makes a kind of sound as it like bounces off the cauldron. Big Mama just stops talking immediately as it goes off, as she's just kind of staring at you before she turns her head and looks out the flap.
Mission accomplished. That's all I do.
Cool. You notice the orc over here always also as he's walking forward just looks kind of confused. A, at the fact that you exist, and B, the giant noise that just went off as he's kind of looking at you. He's like, "Who are you?"
Greetings, stranger.
Greetings.
Name's Dean Domino.
Interesting name. You're a human, I'm assuming?
In the flesh.
What are you doing in
You're
my
a half-orc,
town?
I'm assuming.
Aye.
Oh, look at us. We can both state the obvious.
He does not have a very happy face. As he just kind of folds his arms over his chest and he's like, "What are you doing in my town, boy?" You notice he's about probably 20, 25, maybe.
That's funny. I was given the impression that this is Big Mama's town.
Big Mama's town is the town for all of us. And usually don't welcome no strangers who don't seem that friendly.
I assure you, friend, I mean no harm.
What are you doing in this town?
But right now, I'm playing the banjo by the fire, enjoying some soup.
Right. He does not look very convinced by you, and he takes like a wide breath around you. See Big Mama kind of looking at you for a second as he's kind of moving around the area. He looks very uncomfortable by you, so he's like kind of half looking at the tent and half looking at you at the moment.
I'm just gonna, as he moves by, I'm just gonna move my arm around my cloak a bit just so he can see the crossbow.
Yeah, you see his hand kind of move to his hip as you do that.
I'm not making a move for it. Just letting him know I'm armed.
Yeah, it seems like he's doing the same thing to you. His knife on his hip is kind of small, but once his hand moves close to it, you can definitely, well, small for a half orc, I guess, or a human. It's a decent sized knife, I should say. But he kind of just, he gives you a very weary look before heading kind of into the tent. You guys also now see him as he is approaching. Boop. There we go. And he kind of looks at the two of you.
Rowena's gonna kind of like, after the ping of the cauldron with the pebble, she's gonna kind of like adjust Ellie, bundle up a little more, and then kind of try to scooch her more over towards Oliver.
I mean, if the noise is loud, I think
Perfectly
everyone's
fine
probably
with that.
going to be looking.
Yeah.
Just
But
trying to get us a little bit away.
just kind of, I won't grab the boat. Why? Oh, there it is. Do do do. Big Mama just kind of slowly stands to her feet as this dude kind of walks in. He is much shorter than she is, but his sword is much longer than her ladle. And he looks at her, and then he looks at the two of you and the tiefling, who is, no offense, Oliver, you're sticking out like a sore thumb in the middle of June.
I mean, to be fair, I'm the only person here who's red.
Yeah, as he kind of walks in, he looks at you for a very long moment. And then he looks at the girls. Then he looks at Big Mama. Still
Ellie
grabs.
buries herself more in the coat.
Still grabbing passes off the street, are you? She looks at him. She just kind of sighs. This here is Rockdoll. Rockdoll, these are... Well, you can call them new children. How about that? He again looks at the two of you. He has a very, you would say, concerning stature. Feel free to roll me insight if you guys wish to see kind of past his statuesque existence.
Might as well.
Jesus.
Oh. Okay, I guess that's one I'm gonna.
Chicky, that was private. Jackie. Oh, there you go. Alright, cool. God. Alright. You can see very clearly, Rowena specifically, but Oliver too. He is probably looking to do some trouble here. You're fairly certain that unlike Big Mama, if he knew you were a half-elf, you would be dead at the moment, or close enough to it, as he has a very angry look on his face, past his stone stature, and his hand has not left his knife since he grabbed it outside, and he's looking at Big Mama, and he's like, Bloodtooth wants you for the next battle. She kind of looks at
Mama,
him.
no!
Mama, no.
Oh, no.
He looks at him, and she looks at him, she looks at you too. She's like, I don't think I want him. And I don't think I'm going. You notice that she starts gripping her ladle a little bit tighter. And he's just like, are you going to use a ladle, lady?
Can I ready an action?
You're more than welcome to.
If he moves to attack her, I'm shooting him with the crossbow.
Okay.
Gotta protect them.
He's like,
He's got his back turned on me. I got all the time in the world to aim at him.
I absolutely do, yeah. He's like, what happened to the warrior? The one... if I remember correctly, and do correct me if I'm wrong, y'all saw a greatsword in the tent earlier, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, and I'm waiting for the truck to pass so I can hear again. Sorry, what was the answer?
I think both me and Shaky did, yes.
Cool.
I don't think I actually saw that one. I didn't go in that tent with you. That one's all you.
Ah,
oh
yeah, that was you.
yeah, no, that's when you were at the plants.
But he's like, what happened to the warrior queen? The slayer of the half-elves? The warrior who fought with a sword greater than even mine. He looks at the two of you again. The one who slaughtered humans like they were simply pests under her feet. You notice every single human in that entire area, which is a good like 4 or 5 of them, all like collectively tense up.
I mean, Rowena does tense up, but she tenses up in the way of
I have a knife.
protecting, Ellie. Like, she's pushing her away more towards Oliver.
Ellie
she does,
not move at all. Nope. Ellie quietly just grabs Ruina's hand and just tries to keep herself covered the best as she can.
Ellie's like, I can hurt you with a pan.
Like, I can hurt people, but I am scared as everything. But I have
Well, you need to
you
warm up
with
first.
me.
Love that.
But yeah, Rowena has her hand on her dagger.
You do notice that Big Mama has a look of not anger, but remorse. Remorse and slight irritation at his words. But you do notice that her head is actually downcast at the moment. She's actually looking more at the floor than she is at him. And
I was
he
wondering
just...
why. Sorry. I just realized that I was muted until just like right now. When all this is going on, I'm just like leaning towards him. He's just like, I smell trouble. What would be the consequences to acting?
You saying that to Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy kind of leans over to you and he's like, I suggest not. Big Mama can take care of herself, but she can't protect everyone. It's a reason why Ragnar isn't killing him on the spot. That great sword has been used to slaughter more people than I think you've healed in your lifetime.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
There,
It's 'cause she picked up these raids to make sure there was fewer injuries, not more.
Ragnar just kind of looks at Big Mama.
Hippocratic oath, more like hypocritical oath, am I right? Sorry. Had to.
Ragnar kind of looks at Big Mama, and her entire demeanor has completely changed from earlier. There's not even a smile left on her face, and he just kind of looks around the area, especially at Ragnar. Yeah, Ragnar, who also isn't happy. He in fact, he has his hand on his kind of butcher's knife of sorts. It's really not a sword, as you guys can see from this picture. It's more like a weird, jagged butcher's knife of sorts. But he has his hand on its handle, and he just kind of looks out the area, and he's like, I don't know why Bloodtooth even wants your sorry, pathetic, useless band of misfits. Stay here if you wish to. Next one line's gonna come and kill you anyways. He turns around on his heel at that.
I'm gonna... Should I do it, guys? I'm real tempted to do it.
It's all up to you. This is your play.
He is now
I
facing you,
mean,
by the
she
way.
did say
not-
that we're okay to be here, and he would be the only issue.
Alright. He turns around to see me leveling the crossbow at him. I'm gonna tuck it away.
Hey, what?
Just tuck it away back under my cloak.
Cool. He does not look like he is at all surprised or fazed by the fact that you pulled out his gun. In fact, roll me in, what's the word, insight? Yeah, roll me insight real quick. Cool.
I know everything.
From what you can tell, he looks almost disappointed. As he just kind of starts to walk. And he gives you, once again, a very wide breath. As he just kind of walks out of the area. And walks away. Big Mama looks,
She told me not to start a fight, so I'm not starting a fight.
Yeah.
I gave him the chance to start the fight. He didn't, so I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, she looks very unhappy. She looks hurt at the moment, like someone stabbed her or something. She looks injured.
When he leaves, can I try to follow him at a distance?
You're more than welcome to.
I mean, that sounds like suicide, but I guess if that's what you want to do.
I'm gonna try to keep like a good 50 to 80 feet on him at any given time, so if he turns to face me, I can run.
Cool.
Can you see that far?
Bard playing a
Probably
rogue.
not.
Let's see. I believe, yeah, these half-orcs would have night vision, so he can definitely see further than you. He's not even trying to hide from you, though. But in order to keep up with him, you can only see about 30 feet in front of you.
Yeah, I'm
Before,
not getting that close. At the very least, I'll figure out which direction he's heading out of town.
yeah. He's going north. From what you can tell, which, from what Big Mama said, is where the big foe, where Bloodtooth's army is. That's the word. But he looks like he's heading north.
Okay, yeah, back to the campfire then.
Cool. Yeah, Big Mama inside. Every single person inside just looks like they took a dagger to the heart or something. Even Ragnar. Well, Ragnar looks more angry than anything else. He's not even sad. He's just gripping his butcher's knife essentially with knuckles that are turning slightly white.
I won't lie, I am very tempted to accidentally, literally says that in a quote unquote sarcastic tone, to accidentally leave a pool of grease on the road. Out to here.
Big Mama chuckles softly, and it's like, he comes by every now and again. He's not really the right hand of Bloodtooth, but he's close to that. Right-handed Bloodtooth, we never actually see except on combat. She's dangerous, but he's. She sits down again and kind of rubs her forehead. You know how I was saying that some orcs, they just want that glory of death? You know? Feel it or inflict it. He's...
Yes.
The best parallel I can have is that, from what we've been told, elves don't give a shit about other creatures, other races, other anything. They see them as below them. He has that same mentality. He sees anything that is not a true blood orc as beneath him. The unfortunate thing is, he is the last of the true blood orcs.
Well, at this point, it almost sounds like he just has dropped a threat out on the entire camp.
He did. You hear her say that with a undertone of pure sorrow.
Then shouldn't we do something?
There's not much we can do. Except for pack up and move and keep moving. The only reason that we're still alive is because Bloodtooth and I have a mutual agreement. I don't bother him. He don't bother me. A couple years ago, I think this was probably about the time I built this place. Me and him, we butted heads. I got tired of killing. I got tired of watching my family die. He thought that this was weakness. He believed that we were in a story he was creating. That he will create the greatest story the world has ever told. And I was weak because I did not want part in it. So we fought. I have a sword. Its name is Shiva. It's in my tent. It's a great sword. I have not held it since that battle. I have killed more people with it than most of you will see in your very lives. I have slain, torn down, and ripped apart foes of all kinds, shapes, and sizes, even other orcs. Me and him, we beat each other until we could not stand. And then once we could stand, we kept on stabbing each other. The only reason that we're both alive is because his right hand kept us alive. She cured us over and over and over again until we were tired of fighting. After that, Bloodtooth said, "Be on your way. As long as I live, you will not be fought." But he's 52. The only reason he's still alive is because his right hand keeps him that way. Because he has not finished his battle. Because
Who
he
is this
refused.
right hand?
Hold on, I have to find her name again. I feel like I should have it. It's in our journal.
Yes. Information.
You would know this name.
Hotfoot.
Oh, wait, it's in my other journal. That's right, I think. Did I put in the name? I probably did. Did I? Am I smart? And orc orders. Ashrin. That's the name. Ashrin. She's like, his right hand is called Ashrin. She's an elf. Full blood. Not true, she doesn't have a mark on her, but she is full. It was odd. She came to us one day when I was still fighting, in the middle of the battle, nonetheless. She had nothing on her except for her book and her clothes. And we damn near killed her.
Pardon, you said she was an elf?
Aye.
But I thought all of them were... What?
Aye. During the battle, about 15, 20 some years ago, back when I was a young lady, we were in the middle of battle, slaughtering, killing, murdering our way through. We killed an entire band of half-elves. And there was one half-elf. She had a book on her. She had killed an entire line of orcs. All the area around her was slaughtered. So Bloodtooth himself went up against her. And she beat him down too. Sure, she was bloodied and bleeding, and, well, many of her bones were broken, but she just kind of snapped them back and then made them mend. Neither one really died. In fact, she refused to let him die. It was cruel. He viewed this as a fact of strength. Pure, unbridled strength and fury. And she said that she wanted to catalog his life. She wanted to make his life into the greatest story ever told. So he accepted, and she'll keep him alive, and he will make her stay alive until they finish that story, until they find an end that is truly fitting for the most powerful orc in the land. All she wants is a story. All he wants is a story. And they will bleed rivers and rivers to achieve it.
Heard tales of the orcs strive to find their glory, but to seek this power for power's sake seems meaningless.
Aye. I find it tiring. I always had. And the only reason that they haven't gone after us is that he's still alive. She keeps him going. He wants that glorious end. But the moment he gets that glorious end, the moment he dies, the next one up is going to stomp us out. Or try to. I mean, I'll bring them down with me, but an army of orcs against our small town? Well, you're the gambler. You tell me the odds.
That's great. It's almost starting to sound like the odds of this cabin's survival is better in the Grey Land. which is kind of ironic considering it's where all the chaos spawns.
Aye. I've thought about moving away from here, but this is our homeland. This is the place that orcs live and orcs die. The place that orcs give birth to new life, and the place that orcs fight to survive. It's how we are. And if we are to die here, then we are to die here. All of my band knows it. She gestures to the several, the half-orcs and whatnot who nod along. We're just waiting until, well, till all breaks out. I'm not sure what you elves do nowadays. Or the elves do. That's what she would say, not you. Not sure what the elves do nowadays. I don't know what kind of strength they have. But they live for so long compared to our lives. If they have not found a way to defeat Bloodtooth yet, they're going to. And then it's just a matter of time.
Just a little clarification on my end.
Uh-huh.
Is Ashrin that half elf that they were talking about, or is she
She's a full elf.
full elf?
Yeah, they've been
She's
saying
full
full elf.
okay.
Yeah. The right
Okay.
hand of Bloodtooth is a full elf named Ashrin.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
One thing of note that you guys will probably take as well, she said that, oh my god, I can't remember his name now. Rogdol is a true orc.
Yep.
Yeah. He has a mark somewhere on him, at least from what she's saying. Which is incredibly surprising, especially for, probably just you, honestly, Rowena, because, from what you've heard, especially with the lifespan of orcs, it's hard to get a true orc. But,
Well, Okay.
she kind of reaches over and scoops up a bowl full of soup before drinking some of it. But that is a plight that we've had for many years. Not something to bother you two strangers with, or three strangers with. But this is not the place for you to stay home. Well, not for very long anyways. We always love the company, and we'll take care of you best we can, but... Well, I don't want your blood on my hands if I can help it. If you can live a long and happy life, that's where you should go.
Oliver, once again, pulls something under his breath. And you can run a whole perception if you want to know what it is.
I will. Once I figure out
Oh
what
yes.
It is.
So
That's
I'm
just a
going
flat
to,
20.
so I suppose I will probably roll stealth for this, probably.
Yeah, do that. Big Mama ain't hearing it. Yeah, if you roll stealth, then they'll do perception against it. Oof.
No.
Ellie? Ellie? Is she there?
I just can't win.
Man down.
Do remember you guys do have fate dice. Ellie, that's still private.
Yeah, at some point I'll use it. I'm just not sure this is the role for it.
There we go. Do you want me to remove the other two? I'm assuming your kid is on your head at the moment. Sure, we'll go with that 10.
Hang on, stealth of 11 still. Oh my.
Yeah. Oh, I can't get rid of that one.
Wait, Ruby never rolled a 2 and still got that? Dear God.
Yeah.
Her perception is amazing. But yeah, no one can really hear what you say. Big Mama does cock her head to you as you do say something, but she doesn't press. But yeah.
He looks genuinely somber in saying it.
The war takes many lives, child. Orc, half-orc, human, half-elf, elf. We all get injured in some way, shape, or form. I don't know what's going to happen when one side wins. but I would prefer us both to just not fight.
If only a ceasefire was a possibility when it came to a pair of warring gods.
You can try making a ceasefire. That would be a sight to see. She smiles with a very large grin. Her tusks practically go into her cheeks. That would be an amazing sight. The elven citadel on their knees and Bloodtooth getting the shit kicked out of him until he decides to say, "White flag."
Morbid as to say, every doctor always accepts the same old line every time they pick up the reins. Regardless of where you stand, every victory against death is only temporary.
She raises her eyebrow and kind of nods. I'd never thought of it like that before, but you know, you're kind of right. Even after 20 years of war, death is still knocking on my door. I don't know which side I'd choose if I had to fight. I hate the elves, and at this point I hate most orcs. Maybe I'll just fight both.
I mean, I think what you're doing now is perfect.
She kind of looks down at you and gives you a very soft smile. You have a kinda hot than most, child.
Despite whatever his jerk face was called said earlier, I think what you're
Rogdual.
doing now is great.
Rogdual.
And you shouldn't stop doing it.
She nods. Well, I got Jimmy over there to lead when I die, so we'll see how things keep going. I would give it to Ragnar, but she kind of looks at Ragnar, and he's gone back to looking at the cards. He's a soft heart, and his muscles are made of steel, but his brain is also the size of a twig. Isn't that right, Ragnar? Huh? Yeah! Yeah! See?
Well, nonetheless, hopefully this all ends before you go even, so you can see happy days.
Happy days are what you make of it, child. My days are happy enough. I don't fight. I make soup for people. I get to see my newfound children grow and smile. She stands up and kind of walks back over to this area, which is actually a small, you would say it's almost like positioned like a throne, but it's just a kind of chair about the size that she would be able to sit in. She kind of sits in it, and with a sigh, she leans back. A day is what you make of it. Good day or bad day. Good friends, bad friends. They're all what you make of it. Surround yourself with folks that you think will bring you to a better end. Or fling yourself at the feet of those who are stronger than you, and then stab them from below. Life's how you make of it. I like the first option more.
Agreed.
You folks seem like
So
a good band.
So I assume we're okay to stay here for at least the night.
You're welcome to stay here for as long as you wish. It is your choice if you wish.
Where can we rest our heads?
You can pretty much just choose any tent that you really wish. Most of them have quarters for several people. We can also move a couple. Ragnar's tent, he doesn't use very often. He tends to sleep in here, so you're welcome to do that. It's just till after this one. You're welcome to be here whenever you wish. Come back whenever you wish. Just always be aware. The day you stay here could be the day we get invaded. And if that happens, it's on my conscience if you die. But we'll try to protect you as best we can.
I have my bow. I could help.
And it doesn't seem as threatening, but I do have a fry pan.
I mean, I have a few hundred of these. Just pull out one of the small gray pellets.
She chuckles as she kind of lifts her ladle. I haven't killed someone with this yet, but if you're as dangerous with it as I am, well, we'll make a great team. Be the fry team. That's what we'll be called, girl.
That would be wonderful.
Now that sounds like it'd be a combo for the ages.
But yeah, so do you guys want to ask Mama some questions, or do you guys want to leave the area, go sleep, or what do you guys want to do?
I'm honestly probably just going to leave and go begin my nightly routine of preparing my potions and elixirs and such.
Nice, nice. There's a homebrew alchemist thing that I want to run by you at some point in the future, by the by, but we'll get to that later. Something really cool that I found I wanted to share with you, but yeah, show you at some point. What about you two girls? You guys have decent clothing now. Ellie has a coat that is probably like 15 pounds on her shoulders.
Probably gonna have to shed it so I can even move.
You have enough strength to carry it. Just not
I help
fight
you move
with
a little.
it.
That is true.
Yeah. Honestly, it's big enough for both you to have on your shoulders, so it's pretty thonkin'. Rocknark just kind of smiles
I
at you.
believe it.
But yeah, so what you guys want to do? You guys want to talk to Big Mom some more, ask her any specific pointed questions, or do you guys want to go and sleep, rest up?
See, I kind of do, but I don't think I can ask them in a way that doesn't make me suspicious, you know? Don't be suspicious.
Again,
be
it's
suspicious.
okay, but I don't know if it's considered too soon to reveal ourselves casually.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely not. I mean, you could, but no, Rena.
Hey, Big
It's
Mama,
like, no.
I'm a half elf. Oh shit.
Verena turns to Ellie. Well, shall we go find a place to rest up for a little bit? Get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I definitely like that idea. Who knows what tomorrow will bring.
For real, and with how confident that one orc was. Did he say his name? I forgot already.
I believe she said his name was Rogdol.
Yeah.
R-O-G-D-U-L.
Okay, but he didn't say his name.
No, he did not.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one way or another, she does know it. Rogdol did seem pretty keen on having a fight. I'm not sure he's not still here.
Yeah, that's definitely a concern to have because despite them seeming to hold themselves doesn't mean we wouldn't get involved. And, well, slip of identity.
Rowena will kind of like huddle in on one side of the huge jacket or whatever, the cloak.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, you can pick. I'll just follow you because you guys have been following me enough.
Well, Ellie's bashful since you got closer. I'd say probably
Oh, don't
close to
be
10.
so scared.
Don't be so scared.
Just pick one. Just pick a tent.
I'd say probably the closest one, so we don't have to be out for so long, but we're also still close, like, if anything goes on, we can still be in earshot. In my opinion.
Then that's what we will do.
Cool, cool. All right, so you guys spend pretty much the air quote night, about 8 hours or so. You guys are getting back a little bit into your regular rhythms, just a little bit different because it is the darkness that fades away and then comes back instead of the light that fades away and then comes back. So it's a bit odd, but your bodies are starting to regulate themselves just a little bit more, essentially. As let me move back to the Winter Village here. There you go. This tent specifically. Whoa, I forgot that you guys have a weird coloration there. That's fine. That tent specifically is the one that she was referring to previously. That was Ragnar's. And then Shaky went up there, I think. I imagine he'd be coming back about this time after having followed him for a little bit. But yeah. I'm assuming, Shaky, you are interested in going back to their tent as well, or are you doing something else?
I'm kind of tempted to just set up watch for the night.
It's a good plan.
Oh, I'm sure they have watch. They've got it.
I'm gonna steal another one of
Hopefully.
those. I'm gonna steal another one of those herbs on my way back.
Cool, cool.
Oh goodness, what was I gonna ask?
And Oliver still from. Oh wait, actually, he was.
You would be
And-
checking your stuff now.
So I would have probably noticed it.
Yeah.
If I get back to the dock sleeping, I'm gonna stuff it in the dock's bag.
Oh, that's beautiful. All right, cool. So yeah, you guys talked. Baby Mama, you found what's his face? Rogdoll or Rogdoll. I was right. Why does that sound so weird? Anyways, you guys met Rogdoll. He is unpleasant. You guys talked to Big Mama, found out a little bit more about the war itself, about the orcs' intentions. You guys have a couple of places you guys could go. Do you guys have any plans on where you wish to go for the next bits and pieces?
At this point, I'm
Honestly?
still tagging along for the ride.
For Rowena, I think her next goal is so calculating how long she's been gone and how much information she has. I feel like she would probably try to go back pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
But Ragdoll really interests her, knowing that he's true now.
I'll say this, it's probably gonna take Shaky a few minutes to figure out that you're not in the mess tent anymore.
Where the fuck did they go? Mm-hmm.
He's probably chilling out by the fire still.
Yeah.
Wondering what he'll do if you guys don't show up by the next full morning.
Where did my friends
Like,
go?
I die.
Huh?
He's probably concerned. He's like, well, I guess I die here or I'll stay.
There was an old
mean,
lady who swallowed a fly.
Yeah.
Rowena would probably go looking if Shaky didn't show up anytime soon. It's like, okay, 1, 2. Okay, where's the third one?
1, 2, he's all blue.
She'd probably go out, see him by the fire, be like, what are you doing? Come on in. We're about to head to bed.
Oh, that's where you guys went.
What?
I thought you abandoned me.
Honestly,
I
you need
thought
to
I
like
was
kind of
back.
stick with us more.
You can
just
just
gonna-
literally
Yeah.
see Oliver in the corner, just like messing around with his alchemist kit and his herbalism kit.
Yeah, as I approach, I'm gonna lean in real close to Rune, and I'm gonna just whisper as quietly as I can. You get everything you're looking for?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of thinking I want to go north a little bit now.
I figure
I
I
just
gotta
want to
die
look.
sometime.
I just want to look. I'm not going to start a fight.
I, I think
Not
the
100%
fight's
convinced,
starting anyway.
but he just like literally just says that without even looking.
What does he say? What did he say? Say it once more.
Not 100% convinced.
I never said I wouldn't start one with you, Tiefling.
Point
Well, if
taken.
you decide to go north, at least just rest assured you won't be alone.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I
gonna
am an
try to
eternally
sneak
grateful.
that root back into his bag. I'm gonna do it.
Hey, look, a bag. Shunk.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, mixing some potions. He's just like, oh, bag. Shunk.
They're multiplying in there.
Actually, that reminds me. I probably would have seen the first one. Can I?
Yeah.
What sort of check would I run to be able to identify what it is?
Let's go with nature.
Knowledge, nature. Oh, +5. Cool.
Yeah, you're fairly certain it's a plant.
I'll have to ask someone about that in the morning.
Yeah, it's very purple. Usually, from what you've known, purple means poisonous. However, orange usually does not mean on fire. So you have no idea what this is.
Well, I'm
Purple
definitely
could
not mixing
also
that into
just
a
mean
potion
really
until I know
tasty
what it
onion.
is. So I'm probably just gonna ask someone the
Smart
following
play.
day.
What was that, Shaky?
I was just gonna say purple makes for real tasty onions.
That is
I
true.
mean, it also makes for some half decent cabbage, apparently.
Yeah. I actually really like red onions and cabbage. It's nice. And red cabbage
Fun
and cabbage.
fact: carrots used to be purple. Orange carrots are a very recent thing.
Huh.
Yeah, apparently now purple potato. Oh no, purple potatoes. That's what I'm thinking. Sorry.
Are potatoes like nightshade or something?
I think so.
Cyanide. Cyanide.
Cyanide,
Hey,
that's it,
technically
yeah.
the
And then
poison
like
that's in them. It's
tomatoes
just
is like the nightshade family, I think. Something like that.
potatoes just have such minimal amounts of poison that you physically burst your stomach before you die of the poisoning.
Jesus. But yeah, so you guys talking amongst yourselves about where you're planning on going. Is it to the north to the orcs, or is it back to Helios to uh finish your mission essentially?
How
Or
about
you,
no?
you guys also have the
I'm not ready for
goblins.
that sadness.
You guys
The
also have the
longer
goblins down south. You technically have the mountain dwarves to the north, far, far north.
the longer and longer I travel with you two, the more and more are convinced I am that one of you has a death wish.
I don't know what to say to that.
How about you're absolutely right, Doc. You got me pegged.
Honestly, yeah.
No. I
Maybe I should.
something I have goals so far beyond what you could possibly imagine. There is no goal of mine or wish to die. I wish to flourish.
Like a
I
flower.
think the word you're looking for is frolic. That's what you elves do, right?
Something tells me I should burn my. Something tells me I should burn my spell or my material. Calls on elixirs of healing rather than elixirs of alter self.
And I will be a witness of that because I don't really have any goals, really. But I'm enjoying her company and us as a whole company as a group. So,
My only goal right now is don't die, and quite frankly, I'm starting to think maybe, just maybe, this ain't the way to go about it.
Sorry.
oh,
Sorry
where's
to
your
think
sense of
similarly.
adventure?
I just came out here looking for the disease, for traces of that disease. For God's sake.
I assume his sense of adventure is
Well, I
back on the
have the
boat.
disease of no directions.
That is fair. You are very
The
bad.
worst part is there's no treatment other than a map, baby.
But yeah, so have you guys decided to the north or back? Never eat west. Never east. 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 Hold on, I'm trying to do my cardinal directions now.
Nope.
Never eats are we east. Okay, yeah, either north or east, I think is. I mean, you guys could also go south, technically. Or you guys go further west. You just want to avoid the orcs entirely.
Question, would that get to the point where it's just like literally only... no, I guess we're already in that point, kind of.
Yeah, let me bring you guys back to the world map real quick.
Ooh, the over.
Activate.
Yeah, I didn't realize how far of a distance Ellie went from her little forest to Greytown.
It is
When
quite
I
a
said,
distance.
"Oh, it's an afternoon stroll," it really wasn't.
No, it's a multi-day journey. Yeah.
I mean, it's a country.
Yeah.
I
It's not
pictured
like
it a
you
lot
can,
smaller than it actually is.
it's not like you can trek across the entire country in a day.
No.
Any country. I don't even think you'd be able to do...
Oh,
I'm not even convinced you'd be able to do
here.
Australia. Heck, I bet you probably couldn't even do Japan, and heck, that's not even a country.
Hey, one does not simply walk into Mordor.
Huh,
Fair.
that's weird.
It's a stroll.
Or, no, Japan probably is. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Thankfully you got that one. Thank you. Someone got it.
You're welcome.
There we go.
I got it.
But yes, that's where you guys are currently. You guys could go further north to the village of well, technically the area is Narjag. Naguljag, that's it. To that area. You guys could go further
Naguljag.
west into the caves of Cataclysm. You guys could go south to the Umbra Wastes. You guys could go back east to there, or you guys could even go further north to the Mountain Dwarves' supposed location.
Seriously, what is our goal right now? Because I have no clue what the party's trying to do. It feels like we just kind of wandered here.
Yeah.
Basically.
I think the main goal, because Oliver is trying to find an infection, which is pretty much him just going anywhere, trying to find any traces of it to make sure it doesn't kill everyone. Eleonora literally is just wandering. Her entire being is just her thing originally was to go to the Umbra Wastes into the Goblin area to find an informant about the resistance in the Elven capital, but she got back to Rio Tao when she learned it was very unlikely he was going the person was going to be alive. So she's just sticking with Rowena at the moment. God, I have no tongue right now. Rowena's goal was to go and scout out this area, figure out how long the orcs were going to take to mobilize, and then report back.
Yeah, what I'm trying to go for right now is I'm trying to figure out about how big the first wave is probably going to be. That's why I'm like, I kind of want to go north just to see what like the crowd is like right now before they start really marching, and then
Okay,
hightail it back.
that's why you led us here. So that's why the party's here. We didn't wander here. You wanted to come here to observe things.
Correct. I
Got it.
understand.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you.
But
I've been struggling with that for the last 3 sessions.
No.
We
know everyone
explain it
else's goal.
eventually.
What is yours, Shaky?
I didn't tell you, and I'm not telling you.
Actually, I
Over the
am kind of
table.
curious. I am actually slightly curious, though.
You
What
do
exactly
know
was it that
someone.
convinced you? I am kind of curious, though. What convinced you to get on that boat that eventually brought you here?
Well, I'm not telling you that either.
Yo, the DM just
You're
learned our
boring.
secret.
If you
You're
ask
boring.
Jake,
He says,
yeah,
just looking back towards his kids.
definitely. If you ask Shaky, he's not going to tell you.
Yeah. The tiefling ass Shaky, and Shaky just looks at him. He's like, well, you see, I heard tales of a giant squid.
That's
Oh, no.
almost exactly how it would go.
Nat 20s. Oh, I still love that.
I mean, to be fair, Oliver is still convinced of his previous story.
Yeah.
He thinks it
Same.
sounds funky, but he believes him.
That nat 20 was real convincing. So I fought
Ellie
giant
would believe
squid.
anything at this point, since she was basically raised in the woods and didn't hear much of outside the woods. So for her, everything's
Wonder
like,
if you
oh,
even
new
know
shiny
what giant
thing.
squid is.
Nope.
First of all, it was a giant jellyfish. If y'all
Right,
remember
right,
my
giant
story.
jellyfish. That's right.
And after it was capsized, we were attacked by harpies. I remember my lies, thank you very much.
That's fair.
At least he's honest.
The one time.
He's very honest about his lies. But yeah, every time you ask Shaggy, he just replies to that same thing. Well, you see, I was finding jellyfish. Why'd you go there? Well, you see, I heard there was jellyfish in the ocean.
Oh, no, I wasn't the one in charge of the boat. I was just the boat's, what's the word I'm looking for?
Navigator?
You were a crewmate? No,
Entertainer.
passenger.
Oh, entertainer. That works.
It was a
I
mighty
am-
boat. You gotta have a guy on board who, plays the instruments.
Does the shanties, or gets the shanties started
I
that keeps all
sung
the
a
sailors on track.
I sung a sea shanty, and a giant jellyfish
She
ate the
sells
boat.
seashells to the seashore. But shouldn't she sell seashells, or shouldn't she sell shoes?
I hate you. I'm not even gonna try that one. Uh, but yeah, so you plan on going to figure out how big this army is?
That's my goal, yes. I am going to try and, sneak as well as I can. I don't want to get too close. I want to see if I can somewhat tell if, they have campfires,
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds
the
like a
noise
good goal.
level.
The general populace.
Yeah, if it's not a lot, then I'm going to go back and I'm going to be like, oh, they haven't beefed up their army just yet. If we go now, we can totally wipe them. You know?
If we march right now, we can take them while they're sleeping.
Avoid the little
Yeah. So
village.
after I get that,
Move across the village, it'd be fine.
No.
once I get that information, I'm going to head back to the Citadel, and I don't know how that's going to work out for the Tiefling.
At this point, I'm probably just going to stay down in Grey Town at that point. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be shot down before I'm even in 10 miles from the location. Telling me I'm wrong.
Just
Are you,
change
are
your
you
form.
saying that in person?
Yeah, he is actually saying that in person.
You might not even need to make it that far. Who says I'm not the one who's going to just stab you in the back?
I sure hope that you're not. I haven't slighted you at all.
I mean, if you were gonna do it, you would have already, right?
So, let me see...
I mean,
what
we're
was
in
the rules?
Cataclysm right now.
Oh, there's a thingy we'll do before we end this. I just have to figure out which ones I'm doing.
Real quick, is Ellie gonna have a little communication moment?
Possibly. We'll do that next episode, though, because I have to go eat. But this bit here...
Well, I was just curious.
In that case, it's probably, like I said, in stone what I'm going to be doing with my nightly business. Or, no, probably not, actually.
Let's
Probably doesn't matter.
do... I think this is a moment, right, Rowena?
Yes.
Cool. So... Aura, or Oliver, feel free to roll me an insight, if you would.
Sounds like the session's over.
Insight,
Use that
specifically.
bait point.
Oh, nice. 15. And then Rowena, that would be your deception.
Indeed. Where is it?
Ooh.
Ah,
You could tell.
Congratulations!
I'll let Rowena explain this tidbit here. You can tell.
When Marina said that she would probably be the one to stab you in the back, she is lying. She doesn't believe it anymore. You know
She-
for a fact that she was going to before, and now
She's
she
lying
doesn't.
hardcore. Like you're
Yeah,
fairly
she's lying.
certain she might be lying to herself with those statements.
Oliver is not even going to comment. He's going to try his hardest to keep a straight face.
Surprise twist, Doc. It was me who was gonna stab you in the back all along.
Oh no!
Third act twist.
Plot
Oh,
twist,
God.
baby.
I mean, you can if you want to get bursted into fire immediately. I get a free cast of a level 2 Hellish Rebuke every day.
You guys got to see firsthand what that. All right. So hopefully you
To
guys
be
enjoyed.
honest, kind of want to try that.
It just immediately ashed an orc. I don't think you want to try that.
Hey, first time for everything, right? But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, feel free to press that follow button. We do this every other week, Fridays, this week and then 2 weeks from now at 7:30 p.m. PST. If you guys want to see my rest of the videos that I do, I stream 7 o'clock p.m. PST on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays? Yes. And random streams in between whenever I can fit them into my schedule. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Hit that follow button if you have not already, and go check out the rest of our random social medias, and we're going to see what kind of hellish high water of death and destruction that our friends and crew will see inside of this place I can never remember the name of, Nagul Jog, which I think was like Night City or something. I don't know, something like that. And then we'll see what happens after that. Will the crew split up? Will they be forced aside and asunder from one another? Or will they all march into the giant hellfire flames of the Citadel itself as they unlock the secrets that lie beneath? Who knows? Alright, we'll
We
see.
do. It's all scripted.
Yes, there's so much scripts. Yep. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.